Hey guys, Jay and Jared here from NVE Gaming, and today we're bringing you a quick video on some easy battle tree grinding. If you're doing any post-game stuff, you know that you need to get a couple items from the battle tree and battle royale that cost a lot of BP to get things like a destiny knot and all the power items for EV trading. So in order to do that, I'm going to show a team that I've been using to pretty good success to easily get lots of wins in the battle tree.
Yeah, I'm just here tangentially. I don't know any of this competitive battling stuff.
Yep, so this is the team of three I've been using for the singles in the battle tree. First of all, we've got Tapu Koko, which is the legendary Pokemon on the first island. And you're ideally going to want one with either a timid or modest nature, boosting either its speed or special attack. And in order to get a specific nature on legendaries, the best thing to do is have a Pokemon with Synchronize. I'd recommend Abra because they're easy to catch. And go ahead and pick up one of those with the nature you want and lead with it on your team when you catch the legendary, and it gives you a 50% chance of getting the nature that you want. So here we've got Tapu Koko. Even if you don't have the right nature for this, it's probably okay, but if you're going to use a competitive one later anyway, you'll want to pick that up. And the moveset I'm running is Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, those are its 2-stab for coverage, and then Thunderbolt, and Discharge is for getting paralysis. You could switch that out for something else if you want. And so the idea with this team is to lead with Tapu Koko, set up the Electric Terrain, which boosts the power of all electric moves by 50%. And if you have a good matchup, just go for Thunderbolts and take as many KOs as you can before you go down, and if you have a bad matchup, Volt Switch out of there. The next member on the team is a Mudsdale with the Stamina ability, which is super useful. Every time you get hit by a physical move, well, by any move, your defense goes up one stage, and it's pretty bulky anyway. And then it's kind of my answer to electric types and to ground types, which Tapu Koko can't really hit very hard. So if you've got a bad matchup, you can Volt Switch into Mudsdale, and it can tank just about any attack in the game pretty easily, even some special attacks pretty well too. And you could also, I have it with leftovers, you could also go Assault Vest if you want to boost your special defense instead. And I'm running Earthquake. You could also go High Horsepower, it's about the same thing. Superpower, Rock Tomb, and Heavy Slam, which gives it a lot of coverage. And you can also slow down stuff that is potentially faster than the final team member Xurkitree with Rock Tomb. So the last member is Xurkitree. I forgot to say it. Mudsdale, if you want to get one, you can catch a Mudbray on Route 4 and also at the Paniola Ranch. Xurkitree is one of the Ultra Beasts in the game, and they all have the ability Beast Boost, which is really good. Whenever you get a KO, it boosts the Pokemon's highest stat, which for Xurkitree is always going to be Special Attack. As you can see, its Special Attack is disgustingly high. I'd go again with Modest or Timid on this thing for the nature, if you can get it. And then I'm running Thunderbolts and Discharge for the 2-stab moves, which are further boosted by Electric Terrain by another 50%, and if you get a kill, you get a Beast Boost and just can one-shot anything that's not ground type. And for the ground types, I have Grass Knot, and then Hidden Power. Hidden Power, like Ice would be good for taking out things like Salamence and Garchomp. I didn't soft reset to get a good Hidden Power. I think mine's something just random like Ghost, but at +1, it still kills a lot of stuff, and it's good for just random coverage. So those are the three that I'm running, and the items, I should mention those as well. Tapu Koko is Life Orb, just for as much damage as possible. With Mudsdale, like I said, I was running Leftovers, but you could also do Assault Vest if you want better special defense. And then Focus Sash on Xurkitree, because it is kind of frail. So, and then...
So, is there any concern about having 2 electric types on the team?
Yeah, there is, and occasionally you run into a random ground type, but normally the way around that is, like I said, lead with Tapu Koko, and if there is a ground type that you can't Volt Switch out on, just switch straight into Mudsdale, and it can tank pretty much anything and slow the Pokemon down with Rock Tomb, or just kill it with its Earthquake or whatever. And then a lot of the times what will end up happening is you can hurt a Pokemon with like Mudsdale and then get it to where Xurkitree can pick it off, and then it gets a +1 boost. especially with the Focus Sash. Even if the Pokemon outspeeds you, you can take a hit, survive, kill it, get your Beast Boost, and then just sweep everything. So this team isn't perfect, but I've had a lot of success with it. First of all, in the single battles, there's a streak of 20 that you have to beat to unlock super single battles. And so from that streak, the first 20 that you fight, the first 10 battles give you 1 BP each, the next 10 give you 2 BP each, and then if you beat Red, who you fight at the end, you get a bonus 20 BP from that, so that's 50 right there, and that unlocks the super single battles, which is what I'm in now, and those give even more BP per fight. So I think the first 10 you get 2 per fight, the next 10 you get 3 per fight, and then the next 10 you get 4 per fight, and I think 5 after that, and it just keeps going up. I think actually it might cap at 5. I have animations turned off, by the way, just because I was doing a lot of this. So as you can see, Tapu Koko is just ridiculously strong electric terrain that just one-shot that Arcanine, which is a pretty bulky Pokemon. So with this strategy, like I said, you lead with Koko, get as many KOs as you can, and a lot of the times, honestly, it'll just sweep through a team. I've had probably like 70% of my battles where I'll just win with Tapu Koko without doing anything else.
Interesting.
So here's like, I don't actually need to Volt Switch out here, but since it's not an amazing matchup, I'll just Volt Switch out into Mudsdale. And Mudsdale will take anything this Rotom wants to do. And then, if for whatever reason Mudsdale went down, I would switch into Xurkitree, which the Rotom would be weakened enough for me to kill it. And he'd get the Beast Boost and be set up for any further Pokemon if this was the first Pokemon that the opposing trainer had. And after a Rock Tomb, even though Xurkitree's not that fast, it will pretty much outspeed anything after you take it down by 1 or 2 levels of speed with Mudsdale.
Okay.
Any other questions? So I'm just gonna let Mudsdale go down here. There's no reason to switch out and take free damage on Xurkitree.
Right.
But yeah, so the only thing that can be bad is if they have, like, say, multiple ground types or multiple really specially defensive Pokemon. And even then, Xurkitree with a Beast Boost, especially with electric terrain, just is strong enough to KO pretty much everything in the game. So there we go, and you run through battles pretty quick like this. Like I said, I got, I think, about 100 BP in like 30 minutes, just so there we go. I'm getting 4 BP for battle in these super single battles, so you rack up quite a bit pretty quick.
Huh.
So there we go. There's the guide for a good team to try if you're having trouble getting through the battle tree to get BP to buy all those items. So hope this was useful. If you've got any suggestions for guides in the future, leave them in the comments, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, this is very informative. I might have to try this myself. Yeah, feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see more like this, or leave comments, like Jay said, of other stuff you want to see in the future.
Yep, so thanks for watching. See you next time.